Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Tori. If you're new here, today is a gorgeous day and I wanted to show you that I am going to be doing my Three Sisters planting method. So come along with me. I have a whole plot kind of set out and I don't think I'll need to protect it from the chickens, but who knows. So maybe we're doing a fence. I have my helper coming out here, I can see. And we're just laying one more load of compost down and then I'm just going to get it moist and till it a bit, and then I will show you and tell you all about the Three Sisters method of planting. If you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Tori. I make videos 3 to 4 times a week all about life here on our little homestead. We like to be prepared on a budget. So if you like that kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get into this plant. My trusty camera fell down without me noticing, but I have some of this dirt kind of just tilled up. All I do is just twist my shovel, get a nice little arm workout in, and you will see that I'm digging it up. That was just the last bag of compost we had. We already have a couple of bags in here, but the goal is just to get this soil nice and moist and really start our plants with some good foundations. Okay, now that I'm out of breath, I'll show you behind me here, but it's all tilled up. And sometimes I do no-till, sometimes I do a till. It really depends on your soil and where you're at in the world. So I will say this is one of those videos where I don't really need advice. I know what I'm doing with this and I've done it before and had a successful yield. If you want to share your, I guess, not tips and tricks, but ways that you've done this, that would be helpful for others. But please mind you that a lot of people on here don't really know where I am in the world. They know my general area, but I know my soil, I know my home, I know the sun, I know most of what is going to affect my yard. So that is why I'm tilling this right now. And then what you want to do is compile some dirt in the center and make a mound for that corn to establish good roots. And that is my plan right now after I catch my breath and get a drink of water. And then we are going to moisten the soil a little bit more and go ahead and get to planting. All right, everything is nice and watered. I don't even know if you can tell, but there's like a mound right there. It's probably 6 inches, 8 inches tall. You don't need something too extravagant. You know, again, I don't know your setup, so take this with a grain of salt. And then I'll show you what we're planting. I plant different things every year. Story has it you can mix corn with the Three Sisters method, but if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Big shout out to Grant. Thank you for sending me some corn. We're going to try it out. We're going to do some of the jewel corn. And then for our trellising, we're doing sugar daddies. Sometimes these don't trellis. Sometimes they do. If they don't, I have enough time to do some northern beans, pintos, but you want a bean essentially, and you don't want a bush bean, you want a pole bean. So these might trellis a bit, but you never know. And the idea is you want this to trellis up your corn stalks, and then around that is when you're going to do your squashes. So we're doing a pumpkin, we're doing a sweet meat, and we're also doing the lakota. Lakota is one of my favorites to work with. It's super juicy and very delicious. I love making like a creamy Alfredo with it, but we shall see what we do with it this season. So the idea is plant your corn in rows. So I'll probably plant 24, and that's normally what I do. And then around the mound, like in a circle, is when we are going to be planting the sugar daddies, the squash, and then you do one more circle, and then at the base of the corns you do little sugar daddies. You give it just a little bit more room than that, but I'll show you what we're doing here in a second. Just gotta watch this guy and his learning to cut in a safe way. All right, so we have our corn, and in no particular way, all I do is just take them one by one and put them in a row, essentially. It does not have to be this perfect row. Of course, if that is your personality, make it happen. But as you can see, I just put them. Sometimes I do rows of 4, sometimes I do rows of 6. I'm gonna do 5 this time. Okay, it's quite a bit later. Full disclosure, I passed out a little bit. Yeah, so not even gonna get into it. I'm okay now, but I just needed to get some water and some rest and some iron in me because, wow, I was not feeling well. But I got it all planted. I'm gonna turn you around and show you what I planted. And then I also need some sunflowers in the ground. I'm just gonna plant probably 50 to 75 of them right now, just because I feed the chickens that in the winter, and I want to have enough. I want to have at least like 200 heads hanging in my garage, so that may be a lot, but that is my plan right now. I have 2 barefoot cuties that snuck out here, but go shut the door so the mosquitoes don't get in. Thank you. All right, so this is what I got planted, and I know it's hard to tell right now. I wish I could have shown you the process, but yes. The corn is in the middle, and then we have the peas around it, and then just like in a circle. And then we have 2 big circles of pumpkins and Lakota squash, and then I did a little bit of sweet meat. So that's what's happening there. And then over in this area, our carrots and lettuce are right here. I don't know if you can tell. We have some barley coming up because of the chicken feed. Yeah. But over here, I have echinacea and what else do I have? Snapdragons. But over here, I'm going to do 2 lines of sunflowers. And I always plant them here. I think they're super fun to see. But you will see in my yard this whole season, if you stick with me in this gardening content, that they come up everywhere. There's one right there. And we don't pull them. I like where they come up. There's another one. Delilah's saying irises. I see that someone cut one already, so that's a bummer. We'll have to remind Wilder and his scissors to not cut plants, but we have a bunch of stuff coming up. We have tomatoes over here. We have a random nasturtium. We have some basil. Potatoes are doing good. I should probably put some more dirt on them because I think it will increase our yield and we'll just get better looking ones. There's another sunflower in there, some more barley and wheat, pineapple, sage, rose, irises, and I think that's it right now that's coming up. I do have black poppies in there, and we use those medicinally. They'll come up probably in August. So yes, my husband got quite a bit of dirt and compost today to fill these beds here, and then this bed as well as these 2 back here. So that is what's going on in the garden. That's my quick little update here, but I do need to put the chickens away for the day. If you're not following the other channel, Dolly right there attacked one of the small chickens, and yeah, it was not good. I thought she had passed on, but she woke up. I think she was just playing dead maybe, but then she found a fledgling from one of the tufted titmouses that hang out up here. So that was really upsetting because she tore it in half. If you didn't know, they really enjoy other birds. So I totally forgot they did that, but yeah, that's what's happening right now. I'm gonna put some granite sand around this area because as you can see, the chickens have destroyed literally everything. So I'm trying my best to keep it clean and engaging and just nice looking back there. So that is the goal. But I think that's it. I am going to insert a little photo here of what this looks like. I will draw it out for you as best as I can. And then you can reference that. So I think that will be the easiest. Yeah, I think that will be the easiest thing to do right now. And then I'm just going to get these sunflowers planted quick. Okay, so I have my sunflowers here. And I am just planting again. Just trying to get away from these mosquitoes. I like to just break up the soil a little bit here, and I will have snapdragons coming through, but I'm breaking up the soil, and then in a second, Delilah, I just put it right in here, back to back, and then I just go down my line here, breaking up the soil and planting the sunflowers. So that is what we're gonna do.
Those mosquitoes when like that, I said.
Yeah.
I don't like them. They drink our blood. That's disgusting.
Kind of like a vampire, huh?
Yeah. And I told Mom.
Nope. I'm actually gonna do one right in the middle here too. Kind of like a diamond pattern. Right?
Pattern?
Pattern.
What do that look like?
That's a pattern. A pattern repeats, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could do heart, star, heart, star.
How come this mommy doing this?
You don't want the squirrels to get to it.
Mommy, what's Mom, what's that thing?
And then I forgot over here, I also wanted to do some more chamomile and sunflowers. So when I have mulch like this, all I do is sprinkle it on top and then watch the squirrels closely because they tend to bury down in the ground. I have compost and dirt underneath here, and they really just grow awesome. So I have some chamomile coming through my lavender right now, but I really need more because I didn't dry enough last year. So I'm doing a whole packet of German chamomile from 4 Patriots, and then I'm just going to do these other sunflowers over here. Just make a little garden. I'm positive this lilac bush is not coming back, so I'll probably break that down at some point tomorrow. Got the sweet one out here with me. Chamomile looks like black pepper, so that's how small it is if you can imagine.
I'll see there.
Okay, I need you to get your feet out of there. Honey, it's very small.
Oh.
See, those are the seeds. Here, throw that in the trash.
No.
So I'm just sprinkling the chamomile on top here. We go through a lot of it. So, all right, it is the next day. We are out ready to plant. So I have a few seeds that I want to plant out. I have my small helper here, and this wrap is amazing because I can keep all these seeds in here, but we are going to start some seeds from Salty Acres. I'm going to link them below. They sent me some seeds in the fall, I believe. I'm not sure, but they're incredible. They have a YouTube channel. They're pretty active on TikTok, but you can find them on Instagram too. So if you want to give them a follow or order from their small shop, not even small anymore, they're doing phenomenal, but they do a lot of starts, they do a lot of seeds, and they're based out of North Carolina. So I'm going to get some of those in the ground right now, and hopefully this little one will cooperate, although she's the sweetest. So I have my 2 other helpers right behind me. Del, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Can you say hi? Hi. And Y says hi as well. We're trying to keep the dirt in there. I have some local compost in there, as well as some of our compost and some soil. We're just gonna wet this and then start our rows, but this is what it looks like. It's about 10 inches of soil because we have some underneath the box itself, so they should be just fine. And then I went ahead and moved that contraption. If you were here, it was hard to put together. I just wasn't doing well. But we're just gonna fill these with dirt. We're gonna have some medicinal plants here, and then we'll probably just designate this to one thing, probably tomatoes or something like that. I think that's the best bet. And then I went ahead and just dug some areas around our tomatoes because it was getting packed down, and I like to do that with the tomatoes because when I water them, you never really want to directly go on top. You want to do a ring around it, if that makes sense. So let me get the hose ready and I will take you along our little planting journey today. Oh, I forgot. Our big box right here, you definitely need some sort of drainage. So I put it up on a pallet. This one is not treated. I should be just fine, but I don't know what we're going to put in there yet. Again, it will be designated to maybe 1 or 2 plants. And then I have all of these still, and over here, Y and I ran out quickly this morning to plant some potatoes. So they're doing good. We're looking good. I'm just excited. We're 3 weeks behind, but for good reason. So let me show you what I'm planting. Alrighty, so the box is 5 by 9 and I picked out a few different things. I'm putting a trellis on one end to arch over, so I wanted some items to be on the end, but on the smaller end sizes, or well, sides, we're doing a mahogany nasturtium, And we're also doing the Pacific giant delphinium. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but these colors are supposed to deter a little bit of bugs. I've tried everything, and flowers are my number one thing, my number one go-to when it comes to insects, mainly squash bugs, because that's what I have the biggest problem with. And then we're gonna do some sweet pepper, as well as some sweet pepper from, well, it's bell pepper from Salty Acres. So we're gonna do a few of those, and then I have a carnival blend, so I'm just gonna put some random ones in there. And then on the end here, which is like right down here, pretend it will trellis over my head, and then ignore the wood in the back, but it'll come together, I promise. We're gonna do some honeyboat squash, and then we're also going to do some winter squash, and I think that'll be the best on this side, just so they can have a chance to go up. It's good for babies to have sun, but not too much. Anyways, we're also gonna do some Detroit dark red beets, and I've heard to companion plant them with peppers. I'm gonna give it a go, and hopefully we'll be good to go. So I'm going to draw my lines here and plant my seeds, and then I will show you what we're working on next. All right, it's all planted. We have a storm rolling in, loving the early, well, late spring of Colorado, because we have all these storms and we just love all the spring. So I'm excited to see these roses pop up. They'll probably make an appearance at the end of June, maybe early July. Very happy about that. And then this is what we have going on. I showed you what I was gonna plant. I can't remember, but I will remember when the rows are here. I know I have squash on the end, I have delphinium right there, and I have mahogany nasturtium, which are absolutely beautiful if you get a chance to plant that. So yes, that is what's going on right now. Alrighty, that is gonna do it. I just noticed I have some dirt on my face, but that's gardening season. I am gonna close it out here. Let me know if you wanna see some more garden vlogs, because I love being out here. I have some canning coming up because I got some fruit on major sale, and I believe that is it. Some more preparedness, of course, on a budget. Let me know what you're planting. Let me know what zone you're in. That would be phenomenal. I hope you learned a little bit about the Three Sisters method. Fingers crossed for a good harvest. I'm very, very excited. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone. Can you say bye?
Bye.